December 25, 1991. Christmas Day. That was the first time I left China. It was my first flight. Beijing Airport. I felt a deep excitement, knowing I was about to see a world far beyond the one I had always known. Also, I did not know how far I was going, or how long I would stay. The plane landed at afternoon. Los Angeles felt enormous. Inside the heated terminal, I began to sweat. I was wearing a heavy wool coat. Not because it was cold, but because I could not afford extra luggage. Nervousness was warmer than the air. In that moment, I understood something. Language is power, and I did not have it. I stood among strangers. Announcements echoed above me. I could not understand a single word. Before I left, someone told me, "If you don't understand the questions at immigration, just say yes, it's safer." That advice comforted me and unsettled me. I had been raised to fear mistakes. In school, mistakes meant public criticism. At work, they meant blame. At home, they meant disappointment. When the officer looked up and spoke a string of English, I did not think. I simply answered, "Yes." He paused, looked at me again. My heart was racing. Eventually, I passed through. I did not know the question. I only knew I could not be wrong. I did not know whether I had answered correctly. I only knew I had stepped into a world beyond my understanding. At the gate for Missoula, I realized how thirsty I was. Another Chinese student showed me where to find water. Relief came quietly. The flight to Missoula was small. Most of the passengers were white. Their ease surprised me. It softened something in me. A flight attendant asked what I would like to drink.
What do you want to drink?
I said only 2 words, orange juice. I had written them down in advance. I did not dare say more. If she asked another question, might not understand. In that moment, I felt voiceless. The shame was not only about language. It was about being raised in a closed world, and suddenly standing in an open one. It felt like weightlessness. It was past 11 p.m. when the plane landed in Missoula. Quiet enough to hear my own footsteps. The airport was small. I walked outside with my luggage. Outside, the air was cold. That was when I realized I was standing in a place without answers. Language could be learned, but the future, no one could rehearse that for me. I did not know if I would regret this decision. I did not know where this marriage would lead. That night, I could not form a complete sentence in English. But solitude has its own force. Solitude is not the absence of people. It is the absence of certainty. It does not comfort you. It asks you to grow. When I discovered that fear of the future was harder than fear of language. In the next episode, I will speak about that first winter. In a small American town, when I discovered that fear of the future was harder than fear of language.